Sunday school class was asked a question: what is a parable? Well, there was a silence, as you can imagine. Then one bright spark said, I know what it is. It's a sort of religious story with an unearthly meaning. Well, I know that's just a silly story, but the parables are so important. And all the way through the Bible, you get stories, parables. The interesting thing about a parable is that it is a simple story, and then the more you think about it, it's sort of got a sting in the tail. The more you think about it, the more you realize there is in it. Jesus told many stories, and you can imagine the people listening and perhaps chuckling because there was humor in them. Then they'd go home and they'd start to think about it and realize there was more to it than that. There's a wonderful story in the Old Testament of the prophet Samuel telling a story to King David. And King David gets so wrapped up in this parable that when he gets to the punchline and Samuel has been telling him about this dreadful action given by a man, a terrible thing he'd done, David says, that man must die. And then Samuel says, but you're the man. That's the kind of punchline that you sometimes wish you could remember. I bet David never forgot that one. I want to tell you probably a silly little story, a parable. It seems that there was a house on a floodplain right near a river, and it was flooding. And the basement was full of water, and the water was creeping up. And the man who lived in the house went up to the next floor. And he was looking out of a window, and a boat came along. And the fellow rowing the boat said, jump in, I'll take you. No, no, he said. I'm trusting in God to save me. Off went the boat. The water rose higher till he got up to, he was on the roof. And the second boat came along and he said, you better come, I won't be back again. Jump in. No, no, don't worry. My faith tells me to trust in God. He'll rescue me. Well, the water crept up. Sadly, it covered him. And he went wherever he goes after he died, I don't know. And when he arrived and was greeted, he was welcomed, but he was pretty angry. And he said, I trusted God to rescue me. And the greeter said to him, who do you think sent the boats? You know, sometimes we're expecting divine intervention when God is intervening all around us with people who want to help, who are trying to help, who offer help, and we want something special. It just doesn't work that way. And maybe, here's a thought, maybe you are the person that God is sending to help someone else. Maybe you're that lifeboat. So I'd better be on the lookout today, because maybe God is helping all around me. And I'd better not miss it, because I say, my faith will rescue me, and ignore the fact that God is rescuing me all the day long. And I'd better be on the lookout, because maybe there's an opportunity to be the lifeboat for somebody else.